you could see very easily here where you could scroll into a point in time. You can see that the log's changing as I scroll around the screen, and it covers the time period, and the same as the requests, they cover the same time period. So one of the features that we get asked about quite a lot in Fusion Reactor is my server's just restarted and I can't see any of the information. The information's disappeared. A lot of people go, okay, how can I see that? Again, because all this is completely configurable, you can just say, okay, that's the type of screen I want. I want the same layout as Fusion Reactor, because that's the one you're familiar with. So why not start there? You've already learned Fusion Reactor, you've already generated all this information, you know the interface, let's just use that tool. So again, you see here the resolute data, so as I scroll in, I can get more and more information. Scroll in again, bang, there you go, more detailed information. So all this is away off your production server, you're not using any resources of your production server, this is completely separate. It's a completely separate product to Fusion Reactor. Fusion Reactor is all about keeping your servers, production servers alive, keeping them performing well, and monitoring your active servers, whereas this tool is all about, let's find what the problem was, let's analyse those problems afterwards, let's capacity plan for next year. It's all about any type of analysis that you want to think about. And again, because it's all completely configurable, any type of view that you can imagine, you can generate. At the moment, we only have a few built-in views, but because this is all completely extendable, if any of you are familiar with Flex, who are Flex developers here, yeah, so you've probably seen all the charts that you normally get. You've probably seen a few in here that we've developed ourselves, like that, the time block chart that you get here. That's all deployable from the server. So you can build up lots and lots of different analytics that will help you out in a wide variety of ways. I'm aware that time's running out, so let me just jump back to the presentation and tell you a little bit more about this. So we've seen the application, how does it actually work? So you're sucking in all this data, you've got logs, maybe it comes from a database, maybe it comes from a CSV file, maybe it comes from SNMP poll with one of your routers. Basically goes into this big, what I like to call a big sausage machine, the data collector, and just sucks it all in and puts it into a database for you. That can be your own database, that can be your SQL server, your Oracle RAC, that can be your Derby database. And what does it do with it? It analyses it, and that's done using APML, which is Analytics Provider Markup Language, which is XML based, which we've created. And Groovy scripts, and you might be thinking, okay, well Groovy scripts, that's a bit too much for me, we're getting into depths of something I don't want to be looking at here, this is all about, you know, guys with 100 servers in their base. I'm going to talk to you about that shortly. And it all goes out through the data server into the desktop application. So, APML, what is it? It's XML based, it defines the perspectives and views and what to do with the data, how to suck it in. And it's completely open. We've given you a lot of examples. All the stuff you saw today, you can read and see the source code for. That's completely available for free. That comes with the alpha as well. So if you're interested in getting into this stuff, that you can have a look at that right now. We're hoping that the community can extend this. This is hopefully going to be an area on ReaForge. So your Sean Caulfields, your Ray Camdens, your Mark Drews, people are going to be extending this, giving you lots of extra plugins and helpful add-ons. Commercially, we'll also be developing these as well for you.
Yeah, sure.
And hopefully it's going to be generating quite a good community for us. So what does this APML stuff actually look like? It looks like this. So here I'm defining, this is request data, I want to put in it a data grid and a time block chart, which was that nice request time block chart that we saw, and a little control panel, which is the little time scroll at the bottom there. The time block chart, this is how we would define the time block chart. So we'll just say what the background colour is, not bright pink, hopefully. The fields that are in there, so the start time, which is the start block, and the execution time, which is the left.
Maybe.
Everything that you can see, you can double click on, you can right click on, and again it's all just linked in this XML so that you can link those together. So how do I get the data out of these log files in the database? We have what's called a data provider. So this is one for the tooltip. So remember the tooltip where I hovered over the time lock chart and it gave me the URL. This is the tooltip provider for that. And you'll see there that it runs a Groovy script. So let's have a look at what that Groovy script looks like. This is usually where people start, or if they haven't already, start turning off and going, well, hang on, we're getting a little bit complicated here, there's too much to deal with, I'm going to have to write this stuff myself. Well, very similar to Adobe, we don't want you to learn something new, we want you to stick with Cold Fusion. So as I was thinking about this, it's like Chris Darren, we don't want to give you that check, we want to give you something better. And what is it? It's Cold Fusion. So why not just write Cold Fusion to pull out this information? Everyone knows CF Query, everyone knows good SQL. Let's just pull that information out using this, and that's what we can do. Hopefully that's coming soon. It's not in the alpha, but hopefully it will be there for the first version, fingers crossed. Because it's completely configurable, you can analyze your own logs, you can add your own indicators into the system. So maybe you've got a scheduled task that kicks off, maybe we want to put a little note about those every time those kick off, you can do that. I mentioned about the add-ons, hopefully they can come from the community. Anyone who saw this program last year, I recognise a couple of faces in the audience that probably, hopefully, you can see that the application has come on a long way. It's far more performant, it has a lot of extra features, and hopefully will help you out a lot more. So, quickly summarise, there's lots of information out there, there's lots of CF logs to help you, JVM logs, there's lots of tools to help you, Fusion Reactor, Fusion Debugs there as well. You've got FusionAnalytics to help you analyse all this information. Everyone should try and get into this methodology of regular analysis, and hopefully FusionAnalytics will help you with all of those areas.